Welcome to the U18 Alberta Provincial Qualifiers, live from Taber, Alberta. So Drayden, you just saw the last two there for Drayden Limpert, also on Okotoks rink. They go to our academy in Okotoks on Wednesday nights. Drayden looks like he's going to take the last shot draw here. He did his last two practices. He's going to get set up over there in the. So Drayden out of the hack there for his last shot draw. Kind of lightly sweeping it here as it's coming in. They had some great draws in their first game. They just got off the ice about 45 minutes ago. They burnt it. Must have burnt it. They kicked it away. So that'll be a 72-incher. So Limpert beat Miller in the first game. To keep them on the A side, or the number one qualifier side. There's 6 male teams here this weekend. 3 will make it through to provincials. If you lose, you got to go down a bracket and play out until you lose again, and then you'll drop down to the. So from the A, you'll drop to the B event. There'll be a B event. A event qualifier will be the winners. The B event qualifier will go all the way through. Everybody else will drop to the C event. One person out of there, we will be the third qualifier, and 3 people will be going home. Drayden coming in here again for the second last shot draw. Again, looking very good. He was right on the money with his draws in that other game. This one's going to be just into the 8, biting the 8. So they'll measure this one, so it'll be a 72 plus whatever this one is. Again, umpires and officials for the provincial qualifiers. Roa here with a very nice last shot draw. I'll give you a shot. Not too sure who shot that one for Roa, but Roa beat Kieran the Skip, I guess, was the one that threw this rock pretty much on the button, just an inch off the pin. But it was a 9-0 shellacking this afternoon against Gullyman to advance to play Yorko. Yorko, also a Okotoks club. They had the bye, so again coming in cold, just like Bachek. On sheet 1, we got Sanderman and Cooey. So Cooey, also another Okotoks rink. And then we got Clark and Falkenberg on sheet 4. Falkenberg beat, I can't remember who they beat this afternoon. And then Clark with the bye. So 4 rinks with the bye tonight. And 4 rinks had to qualify to stay on the A side. Team Bachek out here, sliding, getting ready for their practice. Shooting the blue rocks this weekend, or to this game. We have blue and red rocks. And right through the hack, so he's straight. You can see the umpire here. He's going to start the timer as soon as he does. There we go. Now they have 9 minutes to do what they need to do. Nine minutes is quite a long for a practice, so these guys have it down. They practice their practice. Pretty well executed. As you're waiting, the word on the street or the word on the ice is that it is pretty keen, about a 15.5 second to the tee line. Watched a few games earlier, lots of drawing going on. People were getting that ice down. Nice thing is that I think the boys picked up on it and they're not throwing it through the back of the house. Everybody's been in front so far, so with a little bit of sweeping, they should be able to get those ones in. As you can see, these guys come back to sweep them. Even if they don't sweep them, they always walk with the rock. It's kind of calibrating the weight as well. They get the feeling of how fast they're going for judging weight as it goes. There's all the rocks down. They'll be coming back now. And then 2 last shot draws to determine hammer. Kessler going to deliver his last practice, and then we'll do 2 last shot draws. For you that are just joining us, Limpert burnt their first rock, so it was a no score, so 72 plus inches, and then they put one just touching the 8 foot for their second.
Practice is over.
We'll flip over to this view for you guys so you can see Kessler. Actually, we'll do it this way. See Kessler down there in the hack for his first last shot draw. They're right off of it, but it should start dying here shortly. There we go, full 8 foot. So that should do it. They should have hammer. Wait for the official measurement. Yeah, I think they just pointed and says blue has hammer. All right, folks. Bachek with hammer. Do a little huddle here, and Limpert will start off with first stone of this second draw. First game for Bachek, second of the day for Limpert. In the A-side qualifier. A little chit-chatter here between both teams as they, most of them go to the same school. And they're all in Okotoks Competitive Academy at the Okotoks Curling Club on Wednesdays. Limpert calls for a centerline guard. This one goes into the rings. It's going to stop right on the side of the button. Kessler wants that one out of there. Prefer to score in the even ends. Limpert calling for one in the house on the left-hand side. It's calling it heavy, but it's starting to slow right down. This one's going to settle in, just side by side. First one's about a quarter of a rock ahead of the second one that was just thrown. Do you hear? Going to get a nose hit here on that first one. Drayden Limpert calls for a takeout. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. They want to roll out a bit if they can. Make that double a little longer. Kessler asks Dylan to hit and roll to the inside. He's curling it. He's got it, but not roll on out. Limpert splits the rings. He's inside. He's going to whiff it. Not too sure what was happening there, folks, with the internet problems, but Limpert put another one in the house, but it might skate through here by the looks of it. And that one's out the back. Gives an opportunity for Andrew here for the hit and roll to the center. but he's less weight. So. He's inside a bit too, but less weight. He's going to chip that one out. He might lay right on top of the other one. There we go. Bachek lies 1 with some backing behind it from Limpert. Limpert's red, sitting in the back of the house there, just touching the 12-foot. They're hard on it. They want to keep that to the outside and roll to the outside. They're going to jam it on their own, sit on the center line. Limpert lies 1 with Bachek rock sitting middle 8-foot. Not too sure what they called for weight there, but sweepers will switch. They need that one to come get it just center line side of the. You want to just miss their rock, and they do, and they roll it to the outside. Perfect shot. Good time for a replay now. See if they work. There it is. Watch that rock just miss just off its our own blue in the back there and roll off to the side. Limpert with their first skipstones. Bachek lies 2 currently with hammer right now. They're going to get a nose hit here by the looks of it. Nose and a little bit of roll to the outside. Kessler going to want a nose hit or just a hair roll to the outside. Try to make that double a lot harder. Getting Max on there with some curl. He's got it and going to be just on the outside a bit. And just a hair roll to the outside. Bachek lies 2. There we go. Max and Dylan both combined for some sweeping there, and just a little roll to the 12-foot. Final red Limpert stone here. calling for a takeout. Kind of nice that they're wearing the color of their rock, so that's a good, easy way to remember. The Kessler blue jerseys with the blue rocks and the WFG maroon and red rocks for Limpert. Trading out of the hack. Looking good. They're going to hold it straight. They want to. They're going to roll that one out. So it'll be a open draw for 2 for Team Bachek. Kessler in the hack. Just needs to hit the paint here for a score of 2. Out of the hack. Dylan's going to clean that one. Now they're both on it. It's looking light, but now they're off again, so must be able to stick it right on the button for effect. That's going to stop just in the back 4. Score of 2. About 8:15 if you want to talk on this, you can. Ethan's playing. I'll watch it on TV. Or we can just do minimal talking. But if you want to, you can. I'll go minimal. But I can't. No, I can go minimal. You can do whatever the heck you want. Centerline guard called here by Kessler for Max. It's hair heavy. It's going to end up in the house if it'll stop. Yeah, ice is keen. Limpert calls a corner guard to the right-hand side of the house. Update around the rinks here. Sanderman took 1 in the first over Cooey. Again, Bachek and Limpert here. 2-0 Bachek after 1. Yurko Rowe is 0-0 after 1. Blank end there. I would assume, I think Roa might have had hammer on that one. But you know. And then Clark took 1 off Falkenberg in the first. 1 up, 1-0. We just did a time on that Red Rock. It was about 15 seconds to the hack or to the tee line to stop. Max is asked to take this one out. We're gonna gotta hit this one nose. Straight back. Limpert has to take this one out. They're outside. It could either come back and get the double. It's looking fairly close to a double. Yeah, a nice double. We'll give them some replay love. I know we got some Limpert fans out there. Oh. Here we go with the... Oh, why can't I get the replay? Here we go. Sorry, folks. See this double coming in here? There we go. Sorry, guys. Back to live action here as Dylan takes that one out and rolls over onto the button. Limpert going to take this one out, but they're going to over curl and roll on out. Wide open house. Dylan has to put up a guard here, but looking a hair deep. Actually, no, I think he called it right in on the button, but it's going to be deep of that too. Drayden sticks that one out the back. Still an open house. Limpert calls for a corner guard. Andrew asks for a nose hit here. Max trying to get that curl. Gonna get nose. Limpert has to take this one out as well. Oh, this one's big and it's falling away out. This one's not going to have enough to get back. It's too hot. And he flung it to the outside. Guess they're going to split that house and put one. Has to put one on this edge of the 8-foot on the left-hand side now. Looks good out of the hand. Might be a hair light, but it's keen, so it's going to keep going. Man, Dad says gotta go, but kids are out there. They're doing the right thing, putting it right where Kessler put the broom. Nice shot. Little fist pump there by Kessler. Looks like Roa does have hammer over there on sheet 3. Oh, and another one here. A little heavy and on the inside. Are they going to be able to get a tick out of this one? Nope, right by. Bachek lies 2. Without hammer. Limpert has hammer here. Kessler in the house, or in the hack, sorry, for his first. Trying to make a line here. Just off the center to the left-hand side is where their call was. Out of the hand, Dylan's cleaning it. They're both on it. It's looking pretty light. They're scrubbing away. Kessler's yelling at them. They can get it. They can get it there. These are pretty receptive to sweeping, so looking at the overhead, and it is about a rock short, but it does add a level of difficulty there for Limpert, but does have something to roll under if they do get it. Limpert now with his first.
Is that red fighting?
She was too far behind her.
Limpert out of the hack, and he's in tight as well, but he's got a little less weight, and they're gonna try to get that one over, and just ticks it out and rolls on out. Kessler with his last. Gonna stick one in behind this centerline guard is the plan. Take you on over here to the rower rink. Yurko is blue, sitting 1. That red that you see on the side of the red 12-foot is supposedly not biting. We'll watch this as they're trying to carve this one over. Oh, now it's out for sure. A little bit of a miss there from Roa with her first skip. Back on over here as Kessler comes out of the hack. He's trying to put this one behind the center line. They got to go, I think, now. Yeah, you got to get it. You got to get it by. If they had a little more weight, they might have done the split. Oh, it was just a little light. Timeout Limpert. There. Well, we got more action out here. Oh, nice double over here by Cooey to lie one. They take one to tie it up. 1-1 in the after two. Yurko out of the hack, trying to take out this red Roa rock. And they're sweeping it. It's way out in the wings, so trying to keep it straight. Now they're off. And they'll nose it. Oh, and just flopped out, but they are lying two. So Limpert has to take this one out. And then roll out for the blank would be the right call, I think. Retain that hammer for a try for a deuce later on. He's out of the hack. Looks good. It's wide, so that's good. It's not going to be on the guards. You just got to get enough of it and roll on out. Peel for a blank. Trading some replay here. So that one comes into your screen. Gonna hit it on the outside. Roll on out. And here's Roa's shot on the sheet next to us. Hit and stick for one. Roa goes up 1-0 after two. At home, I remember. Sylvan, so number one in the north. So probably not going to be a fun game for them. The goal is to stick in it, and then they play here, like in Coaldale, tomorrow night. It's like 20 minutes away from the
Yeah.
All right. Limpert retains the hammer with that blank, and Kessler calls for a centerline guard from Max. Nice one here. Be medium to high, right on the center line. Curling Alberta rules. No tick rule. Limpert elects to come around it. This one's light, and they're all over it. Now it's going to start carving to the right. Don't think it's going to get to the house, but it's another center line guard. Kessler asks Max to put one top button. Clean here by the boys. Actually, now they're both on it, figuring it's light. Dylan going to the straight side. If he doesn't hit one of his own off of there. Little rubbing off. It's a battle who can get around the guard first. This one's out there in the wings, but looks heavy, or they were calling it heavy. Now they're just kind of giving it a clean. Kessler steps up to that tee line. He's going to sweep it, and it's going to make it all the way out the back, according to the overhead. Dylan has to come around the outside. They're sweeping it hard. This one's looking not bad if they can continue to drag it. It's going to be around. Does it have enough to get to the house? Yeah. About 2 inches away from that 8-foot, fully buried. Drayden makes a call, come around the other side and get closer to that button. Go to the hack, nice shot here. They're not touching it, so it might think it's heavy. But it is out a bit, so maybe it's got some frosty there. They're just walking with it. As it slows down. Kessler grabs that one at the tee line. Sweeps it right out the back, just out the back. Kessler says, Dylan, let's do that too. Same line, a little less weight than Limpert rink. And he's heavy. Yeah, he was a little wobbly coming out, so I'm not too sure what happened there.
That was good.
Better to be short. Would have been better to be short.
Limpert calling to come around again. This one's looking fairly good weight. Trying to keep it off those center line guards. Oh, now it just turned. It bit in and turned. Kessler going to get some separation there. I say put one top 8 or go all the way in there. If you're short, that's good. Block that lane to that button from this side anyway. Better to be short here. Light's okay. Can they get it all the way in there? Nope. Blocks that hole though to the button. Forcing Limpert to come around the other side now again. Out of the hand, looking pretty good actually. Now they're all over it. Is it gonna make it by the one in the top of the 12? Oh, you're gonna bump off of the blue, sit out in the open. Looks like I'm gonna go blue by a millimeter or two, fully buried, but it's red is open, so guess our call is a board weight takeout here. And then roll a little bit to the right-hand side. Even if he bumps his own little blue one to the right, he's got 4 feet of cover to the right. And Mac's going to try to carve this one over. It's going to hit the outside. Oh, no, look at that. It turned. Yeah, and then just in a bit. If they have good line without blue and red. If they're going to start running some guards here, they actually have a fairly nice line. That blue right on the center line to the red on the center line almost lines straight up back into the left-hand side of that shot rock in the 12-foot there, the blue one. Comes out nice and heavy. A little bit wide. Yeah, look at this. It's going to be pretty good. Oh, got one of them. Moved some stuff around and got one of the blue ones out.
No, the Wi-Fi just shut. Yeah.
You're live.
Kessler's coming down with a draw, trying to draw the 4 foot in behind cover with a button. Boys have sweepers are on it. He's light and going to have another guard, which is okay. Currently it's sitting, blue is shot, and just in front we're biting 8 foot with red full 12. Both under cover of lots of guards. Limpert's kind of looking at trying to draw the 4 foot as well, trying to do the shot that Kessler is trying for. They're in really tough to get their deuce. It's probably improbable for them to get their deuce. He's got to make this, and then you have to make another one. Both to the button, pretty much.
Yeah.
Trading with the delivery. Line looks good. Sweepers are on it. Oh, it's really coming over. It's going to end up on the guards. The line did look really good, but it just curled. Racks on the guards. Kessler's probably going to try another draw. Same shot he tried last time. He just has to draw 4 foot. But he's taking ice all the way out to the edge of the 12. Oh, and Don calls a timeout. The only other shot that I can think of that they're looking at is maybe a guard to guard, so that the only thing that Limpert can look at is a run, a raise. So they're either going for the guard or the draw. I'm not sure which. Draw's a little more aggressive, but the guard's not a bad idea either. Kessler with the delivery, and it's kind of looking hot. Sweepers are off of it. Oh, it's died. They're sweeping it now. For line, at least. Oh, here it comes. Got out to the wings, and it just kind of died. And is it going to stick around? Nope. Just biting the back 12, but it doesn't really matter. A little bit heavy. It really curled though. Like it curled half the sheet of ice there. Drayden's looking to try the same shot. He's got to draw. He's got to draw full 8 foot.
My work here is done.
Drayden with the delivery. I'm just keeping it clean. Line's way kind of wide, but it should come back. Unless it's heavy here, which I think it is. Well, maybe not. Oh yeah, way heavy. And it's through, and it's a steal of one for Team Bachek.
So far it's tied.
Over on sheet 4, it's currently tied at 1 between Falkenberg and Clark. Clark has hammer, and Falkenberg is sitting on the 4-foot. Clark is on last stone here, trying to draw button to take one. On our game, starting of the 4th end, Max's first lead stone. Probably going to throw a center line guard if they can get it. Last end had 4 center line guards, which with the no-tick rule really benefits the team without hammer when you can get those center line guards and plunk one in behind them like we did the last end. Weight looks good. Boys are staying with it, but not sweeping. Oh, a little bit heavy. It's probably going to come into the rings. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's coming into the rings. Top 8. Mid 8. A little heavy. These ends when you don't have hammer and you end up in the rings, it means that usually it turns into a hit game. But Limpert has decided to ignore it and throw his corner guard, which corner guard is your typical, historically your strategy or your tactic for when you have the hammer. You throw a corner guard and then come around it. But the lead on the other team was a little outside, and he's got a nice center guard coming up. But that center guard, if it stays on the center really benefits us. A little off center, doesn't really cover the blue one, so we're going to try to throw a center guard tight to the rings, but just outside the rings. Tonight we have 1, 2, 3 and a half teams that curl out of Okotoks on the ice tonight. Well represented by our Okotoks competitive academy, which our lead coach for that is Atina Ford Johnston, who, interestingly enough, just won the Canadian senior title, and she'll be heading off to Worlds next year. We're all pretty proud of her. Max gets his center guard. It's not on the center line, so it can be moved, but it's a beautiful center guard. So we've got two staggered guards that are covering our blue stone that's in the 8-foot. Limpert comes with trying to throw a draw, looking like it might be a little heavy, a little hot. And it is definitely hot. Kessler sweeps it through. Kessler calls for a draw to the 8-foot. In behind the red guard there. Dylan, our second, with his first stone. Boys are keeping it clean. Oh, now they're sweeping. Looks like it might be a touch light. It's going to be on the red guard there, probably. That's better than having it heavy. A little light, but that's okay. I heard someone say one day that all of curling boils down to one sentence. You got to get the right stone in the right place at the right time. Limpert is coming down to run those guards. But when you play a double like that on those guards, you usually end up leaving a guard anyway. But he might get a run back here. Nope. And he just switched one red guard for another red guard. Kessler's going to try to come around probably. Probably from the other side now. Dylan's going to try to throw a little bit more weight, but hopefully not too much more. When you throw a guard like that, sometimes when you're trying to throw a draw, then you go back to another draw. Often you end up putting it through. It looks a little hot here. Oh, no, not hot. He's good. It looks okay. Boys are not keeping it clean, so he is a little warm. If they bump it, he can lose some. Oh, a little rub would have been nice. That would have taken some energy out of it, and it would have stuck around. Limpert trying to draw in. Got to draw the 4-foot. This one looks a little light. And a little tight. Oh, they're not sweeping it. Now they are. But it's probably going to rub here. If anything. Maybe bump it up a bit. They should have stayed sweeping it. Should have swept it for line. Even if they swept it through, it would have been okay. So now Kessler's probably going to look at hitting here. If he can hit and get a little roll over, he might be able to tuck it. He'd probably bump the blue one over, but still be mostly undercover. A tiny bit of a roll here would be nice. He's calling for hack weight. Touches his foot to say he wants hack weight. Andrew with his first stone, trying to hack weight hit on the red one. Sitting on the 8-foot. Blue's still shot here. It's looking pretty good. He's definitely hitting it. He's not going to get the roll. He's just going to nose it. That's okay. The only problem here now is that the red one is biting. Nope, red one went out. You can see white, yeah. Red one is not biting. No, that's the shadow.
It's either in or it's either counting.
It's either counting or it's out. It's definitely out. They probably could have gotten the speed square and checked it. Limpert's got a hit here. If he can get to the inside, he can get both of those. He's touched his head, saying he wants bigger weight, peel weight. He's a touch inside. He's going to be on the guard here. He's going to peel that guard over, which actually isn't a bad shot for him anyway. Just opens it up. So Kessler's got a choice here now. Either he draws in behind or throws a guard to guard those. Could draw in from the other side and continue playing aggressively. He's probably going to go for a guard here. The only thing about trying to draw is that you have to make it. It has to be perfect. The lower percentage shot is the draw. The guard's a little bit easier. One day we were talking to Ben Hebert, whose daughter curls out of Okotoks, and we were asking him what kind of shot you make or whatever, and he was saying the best shot to call is always the easiest one, or the one that you know you can make. So sometimes it's better to call the easier shot. And they've gone for a timeout. He was looking at maybe doing a little bump on the one that's sitting on the full 8, but I think Don's probably going to ask him to do the guard. When you're up 3-0 and the guard's a good call. The bump's not a bad call either. But I think I'd rather come around to the other side anyway if I was going to draw. Reason being that then there's a little bit more spread between the stones, and it makes the other team look at something else. And if you can draw them to the other side and force them to try takeouts on the other side that they haven't been throwing down, there's a better chance they'll miss. And going for the guard. He wants a guard right about where the E is on Delta. Even just biting the 12-foot in between those two blue stones would be a good shot too. So we'll see what happens. If he comes high is not bad. Just any kind of guard, and he looks like he's might be a little light, even for the guard. The boys are pounding it. Yep, he's hogged it. Very short. That happens sometimes when you've been throwing takeouts, and then you suddenly want to throw a guard, and you drop your weight down. And that leaves us open for a clear double here now. Oh, and they got a field goal right through. There was half an inch on either side, and he went through. We always say in curling, you bet you couldn't do that one twice. It really looked like he had them both, or at least the one on the inside. Kessler's coming for trying to do that guard that Andrew had missed. Wait looks better than Andrews. He looks good. He's a little hot, actually. Oh no, it's looking good. If it sits down, nope. That's a good guard. Right on the R there. They've got a little triangle there. That's pretty good. About a foot deeper than they wanted, but it's just as fine. Over on sheet 3, Yurko is up 3-1 over Roa right now in the fourth end. Sheet 4, Falkenberg is up 2-1 over Clark, and Clark is sitting 1, maybe 2 in the house, trying to throw a draw through a hole. Clark should probably at least get their deuce here, I think. And then on sheet 1, Sanderman is up 3-2 over Cooey. Drayden coming down with trying to play a run back, but he's going to miss the run back. He's going to hit the back one, I think. Yeah. Rolls out, and Team Bachek is sitting 1 in behind lots of cover. Best thing to do is either draw the button in behind everything, draw the other side, or throw a guard. They're looking at drawing the 4-foot on the right side there. That's a good call, if that's what they want to do. In U18, you only get 1 timeout per end, so we've already used our timeout. No intervention from the coach on this one, but it doesn't matter. I'm not sure I'd be drawing on this side, though. Well, the cover's there. It's 6 of one, half dozen the other. It all kind of depends on what he thinks he can make. Even just biting 12 is a good shot. That would keep them out. Actually, if they bite 12, or even full 12, that would keep them from drawing the 4-foot. It'd be impossible for them to draw the 4-foot. They'd have to try to play a double. Might even be a better shot than trying to draw the 4-foot. And Kessler's looking hot here. A little heavy. It's coming down, we'll see. Oh, now they're on it. Now they're sweeping it. Oh, it's really died. Now they're knifing it. And he gets back 8. It's not really where you want it, because that back 8, they can draw back onto it. That's actually worse. But it's not a terrible spot. We're sitting 2. For Drayden to take 1 would be good for us to get the hammer back. But like I said, just biting the 12-foot or full 12 would have been actually better.
Tune back. You guys
No. Just strictly curling.
Our own team. Team Bachek. Unlike this. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Team Bachek.
Yeah.
B-A-C-H-E-K.
EK. Yeah.
And the feed in on the hockey stop.
Drayden's trying for a draw. He's got backing there on the 4-foot, but he's heavy and wide, so he might rub off of it. Now it's moving. Oh, he's got it. And that is exactly... Oh, and it rolled too far. It looks like... And a steal of 1. Like I said, if they'd put a... Just biting 12-foot, they probably would have gotten the deuce. After 4 ends, we're going into the 4th end break. It is 4-0 for Team Bachek. Now we're back, and we're just starting the fifth end. Limpert still has the hammer. Bachek has called for a center line guard, of course. Classic tactics.
Oh yeah. And I actually found it a lot easier.
Bachek gets the center line guard. Of course, with the no-tick rule, that can't come off the center line. Limpert was trying to come around, and they're going to get another guard. They're a little light. So there's two guards staggered, and so next step is for Bachek to call a draw. He wants 8 foot if he can get it. In behind cover. Max with the delivery. Sweepers are walking beside it. They're not cleaning it, but now they're sweeping, trying to carve it over. He was a little wide. And it comes back to full 4 foot. Weight was good, line was off a little bit. Limpert calls for a hit. Line looks pretty good. He's got a hit. It looked a little inside, but then it kind of fell out to the outside, and it's going to peel it off.
Nobody's got the draw right now. Like this week.
Dylan trying to come in behind the guards, but he comes a little light and hogs it. Limpert is trying to draw in behind. It's a little wide. It's in the house. Early back 8. Back 12. Maybe out.
And it just hung it. It didn't move at all.
Kessler calls for a draw to the 8-foot in behind cover. Dylan with the delivery. Got a little more juice this time. Boys are sweeping it right away though. Sweeping it for weight actually. This one's light again. Oh no, they're gonna pull it in there. Now curl it. They gotta curl it now. Take it as far as it'll go. And they get it about just a chunk under cover. Turned out really good. Pretty good. I think he came a little light, but they swept her in. Not as light as last one. It was much better. Limpert has called for a hit. It's like a hack weight hit. Nope. Oh, they were sweeping it on the wrong side. They should have been sweeping it for curl instead of straight. They kind of backed off once they started sweeping it.
They should have stopped
They probably would have had it. Yeah. No.
to bury
Oh
it,
yeah.
but they didn't switch to it after the rock. They should have switched to it before they kept it.
Well, in Limpert too, they were sweeping it for straight instead of curl. Bachek, think is going for a guard here. Andrew does release. The delivery. And the boys are just staying close to it. Now they're sweeping it. They're sweeping it for curl. Oh, he's way out. He's way wide. No, it didn't come back, but came back a little bit. There's a hole there, but and they can still get to it with hack weight, but makes it a little tougher to look at now. Team Limpert with their first third stone. He's inside. He's on the blue guard. Maybe even the red guard. No. Ooh. Bumped the red guard over, took out the blue guard, which isn't a bad thing for them anyway. Probably would have been a good idea to run those guards anyway. Kessler calls for a center line guard here. And just trying for a center line guard here. This is looking much better than this last one. Should curl over. They probably need to curl it now. It's over the hog line, so it's wide on that one too. Didn't curl far enough. Wondering if the ice has changed. Sometimes with the fourth end break, the ice will change a little bit because there's no stones running down during that time. Team Limpert, second, third stone, coming through the hole. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, he's got it. Beautiful shot. Nose hit. Nice nose hit through the hole. Good example of why that those guards need to be just about perfect. If Andrew had gotten it over another 6 inches to the left, it would have been absolutely impossible to take it out. They would have had to run the guards or draw around. Kessler's looking at a hit now, trying to follow Team Limpert in. Again, hit and probably flip to the outside under the red stone, probably. I don't know if he could get under the blue ones or not. I think he's throwing a normal weight, or maybe board weight, actually. And sweeping it for line. Line's looking good. Oh, it just cut. And he's on the guards. Oh. It takes out 2 guards and then goes straight back. And the boys weren't watching it. They probably could have swept it closer. It just biting. So it's red sitting full 8 foot. Blue sitting just biting 12 foot. And Limpert is looking to draw in. Oh no, they're looking to draw the 8 foot actually under their red guard there. This is their chance for their deuce. When you have the hammer, you're always looking to get at least 2. Limpert coming with a draw to the 8 foot. In behind the corner, red corner guard. Weight looks a touch heavy. Should skate through. Andrew sweeps it, and it's through. Okay, Kessler is looking to bump his blue one back onto the red one. Good run back. There's only about 2.5 feet between them. It's pretty easy run back. You should have no problem with this one. If he loses the blue stone, that's just fine. Doesn't really matter as long as he gets rid of that red one. If he gets rid of the red one, then a pretty good chance of making Limpert take one, which would give Bachek back the hammer on the even ends. You always want the hammer on the even ends. Yeah. And it's coming. It's looking good. Line looks pretty good. Oh, and it just dove. But he's got it. Everything goes out, spills everything. Looks like blue is still biting, though. A little biter. It just cut at the end. It just dove at the end, and then it was looking fantastic and dove at the end and then just over curled. Limpert's going to have to... This actually is that actually turned out really good because now there's a really good chance of making Limpert take one here. He's got a draw now because he probably can't get that blue one out. He could try to peel it off. He might miss it. Best shot here is to take one for Limpert, but that benefits us. And Limpert's going to try to peel that one off. This is not a good call here. Probably the best shot is really just to draw and take one. If he peels this off, then he blanks the end and keeps the hammer going into the sixth end. That's the plan, is to blank it. That's a hard peel over there, undercover. It's doable.
Just do it.
He's inside.
No, he's got it.
Oh, he's on the guard.
He's tight. He's got it. He's got it.
Oh, he got it. He did.
For the
Did
blank.
he sit?
Nope. For the blank, it's good.
Oh, he made it. He nosed it. And goes to a blank end. So Limpert keeps the hammer going into 6. I wouldn't have done that.
I think it's my way. Not down by 4.
It's just
Down by 4, you need a big score.
yeah, you do.
Oh, it took 2. Only down by 1.
Clark only took 1. So over on sheet 1, it's currently tied between Cooey and Sanderman at 3. They're in the 6th end. Sheet 2, Bachek and Limpert. Bachek is up 4-0 in beginning the 6th. Roa just took 2 off of Yurko on sheet 3, and that's 4-3 for Yurko. And then on sheet 4, Falkenberg and Clark are currently tied at 2 after 4 ends. And Falkenberg and Clark's got 4 sitting in the rings. Falkenberg is throwing his last stone here. This is the last. Falkenberg's last stone here. He's looking to outdraw, and he might be light. Oh, looks like Falkenberg has given up a steal of 4, possibly. They got all 3 sweepers on it. Oh, they dragged it. Cut them down to 1 or 2, actually. They really swept that hard. Back on our sheets, Max, our lead for Bachek, through a centerline guard to the back line. Just biting the back house, heavy. Limpert is looking for his corner guard. This end would be a really good end to steal 1, maybe 2, if Bachek can do it. If they could steal 1 or 2 and then do the force and 7, they'd be golden for 8 to have Hammer coming home. Kessler has his broom on the 4-foot. That's what they're looking for. And it's right to the 4-foot. exactly where he wanted it. Limpert's looking for a hit now. He's going to want to hit and roll under his corner guard there. To make sure that he rolls off the center line is really important, though, if he makes the hit. You don't want, when you have the hammer, you don't want your stones in the middle. You want them around the outside. That's how you score big ends. And Limpert's got to take a big score at some point here. And this one's going to peel it off. Or maybe not. Just going to stick around the outside. Kessler's looking at it. He's going to ask for a hit. He can, in this case, he probably wants to hit and nose it. Reason for the nose, and typically you want, if you don't have hammer, you want your stones in the middle under cover if you can get them. But if with the nose hit, it spreads out the R2 blue stones. And he's got the hit, and it's going to roll out. Limpert. And the Limpert has come light. Oh, they didn't think it was going to get across the hog line, but it did. Kessler calls to peel off the guards, wanting to open everything up, and make sure that Limpert can't take two. We want Limpert to take one if we can. One, Cooey, and Sanderman, I think they blanked it. So they're still tied at 3. Roa is going to have a little tap here. Oh, a beautiful tap. Did they call that?
I don't know if that's what she called it.
Was it?
It was pretty.
Yeah. They did the audible. Limpert comes, trying to draw in behind their corner guard. Comes light. They've got a guard. Kessler's probably going to try to peel that one off. Andrew with the peel. There's nice peel weights. Ooh. And he noses it. We did not want that, but to have our blue center guard is okay, as long as it's not a red. Limpert is looking at peeling off the guard, which I don't think is probably a very good idea for them. They should probably either come around it or try their come around the corner guard again, or go to the other side. And he's going to nose it and take out the back one and stick around. That was not a great call because Kessler's just going to take the guard out again. If we steal one, it's fine.
Confused on their game.
And Andrew has come wide, missed it, and took the one in the back out.
My guys, I think, got a concussion. That couldn't hit his head anymore. They said it's too here.
Andrew doesn't miss those peels very often, but he did that time. Just flashed it. A little wide or something. Limpert drawing in behind the center guard there. Looks like it's going to go deep. Kessler's probably going to try to take this one out or run the guard again. He's going to try the run back maybe. He's going to peel it. If he comes a little inside, he might get the run back and get them both out. If he does that, that would be money. Although the only problem with the run back is that then the guard sticks around. And he's on it. Andrew's not watching that back one, but he needs to. And he stuffed it. Jammed on the back one, which is okay because it rolled over a little bit out of the line of the guard. Limpert is looking at possibly a 12-foot guard.
Steer it right through that little hole.
The third from Team Limpert is talking about, is asking for a 12-foot, just biting, guard that right on the 12-foot there. This is looking like a pretty good guard here. But it's over curled a little bit. And they should have been sweeping it. Once they saw that it was going to over curl, they should have been sweeping it just to get it biting. And he really needed to bite. Kessler's holding his broom down to see if how much they can see. It's doable. You could pick it out, I think, with probably a hack weight hit. But he's decided he's going to have to. He'd rather freeze to it. Yeah, it's pretty covered. If you can make the perfect freeze, get a steal out of this. Maybe.
I would have had it right away and look at it.
even if he comes a little bit light and is just biting the forefoot, if it's buried, it makes it almost super, super hard for Limpert to get the deuce. Keeping it clean. Right off now. It's hot, I think. I'm trying to carve it. Oh, and it's really cutting now. And he's going to bump. Bumps it. Red is still shot. And Limpert is probably going to try to nose this. If he noses it, they get 2. I think they called a timeout here. Yeah, they called a timeout. I don't know why. Call's pretty easy. Put your room on the outside. You got to go from the outside. The reason you go from the outside here is because when you go from the outside of a stone for a hit, it takes more energy off of it, and there's a better chance it's going to stick around. Going from the inside, there's a really good chance you'd rub on that guard. However, if he comes a little wide, he could jam it on the red one and give us one. He's got about 6 inches of ice he's taken there, which means he's probably thrown about I'm thinking a board weight. Trading with the delivery. Looks like he's nosed it. He's got it. No, he's a little wide, but he got it. Yeah. Deuce for Limpert. So now it's 4-2 after 6 ends. Going into the 7th. Having a little conference there. And I have a feeling Coach Don is talking about how they need to execute their shots.
This side's hard, but the ice is in this side. Get up to this side.
Limpert.
But where that Saunders one is, if you choose to do it this year. Okay. I emptied it because I dropped it.
Okay, and I think for you would yeah.
It's good.
Yes.
Plus GST.
Drayden calls for center guard.
Yeah.
Over curls a bit off the center line, guarding about the 4-foot. Kessler calls for a draw to the 8-foot or the 12-foot. Team Dean Clark just missed a wide open takeout. Falkenberg has a draw for 2 in the 6th end to tie it up if he makes it. And he's looking at playing off his own. I think he's just thinking it's so keen and yeah. Anyway, on our sheet, Max throws a nice draw to the back of the 8-foot on the right side there. Limpert is looking to hit. Oh no, sorry, they're drawing in behind their corner guard. It looks pretty good. Oh, maybe it's a little heavy. Nope, good shot. Kessler's probably going to draw to it, I'll bet. Freeze to it, maybe, corner freeze. He's calling, I don't know. A couple of choices where one would be to ignore it, or, he's calling for a hack weight hit. Max comes a little tight, and he's going to rack on the guard. And because that's in the free guard zone, if that goes out of play, the red one, which it didn't. So he ended up playing a tick, which is actually considered to be probably the hardest shot in curling. It's actually not. It turned out pretty good, actually. It was a better plan B. It was just tight and a little light, too. Limpert has called for a hit on the blue one there, on the 8-foot. The rock was coming. It was looking like it was going to be inside, but then it backed off and fell off a bit. No roll. Bachek is Kessler's looking at it. He's looking at a hit. He wants to peel the guard. Maybe play a run back. And if he ends up just peeling it, that's fine. But if he makes the run back on one of those two stones, that'll be gold. And he's called the run back on the back red one that's on the left. And it's over curled. I think he came inside. He's just going to peel it off on the other side. Oh, he might get the run back on the other side, which he did. He gets the run back on the other side. Drayden calls another hit. But this hit is only a good call if he gets a good roll. He needs a roll underneath cover there.
One more, but get off it. No, get off.
Gets a nice roll in behind. And Kessler's probably going to call a run back again. Reason being that if he peels it, it's just wide open. Run back down the center line is not a tough run back. all run backs are tough, but it's looking really good here. It's got one of them, I think. Got the back one. Opens it up. That's probably even better than getting the run back on the one that's on the button there. Drayden's looking at a hit here, which I'm not sure that's a good call. I probably would freeze that instead or throw a guard. I don't like that hit because then he's open for with that hit he's open for a double. And that's a miss. So that was a miss, so Andrew's going to do a nose hit. Little flop to the right wouldn't be bad either. Make some space between our two blue stones, so makes a double harder. And he threw it a little light, and it's really cut. I'm gonna peel it off. Drayden's looking at a draw in behind the blue. Oh, he wants to hit and roll under. I wonder if the teams have been calling enough ice, because they really have been cutting at the end once they get past the hog line. It looks like he's gonna he noses it. So Andrew's gonna try to nose the red one now. Calls for normal weight, taps his hip, which means normal. The general rule for a weight call is where the skip taps, the higher on their body they tap, the harder they want it. So if they tap their foot, that would be a hack weight. If they tap mid-thigh, it'd be like a board, or usually for board, they'll touch the sideboard. If they tap their head, they want peel weight. It's a little wide. I think he's going to peel it. Blanking this end isn't a bad call either, if that should happen. We're getting to the point we want either a deuce or a blank. To blank, it wouldn't be too bad. We're at the point where we're probably going to have to blank it. If Drayden makes a perfect draw and buries this, it makes it really hard for us to blank it. So we'd be having to look at being forced to take one, which wouldn't be bad either, because we'd be up 3 coming home without hammer, but that's not so bad. As long as Limpert can't steal one, Bachek's in a pretty good place either way. It's going to be high. I think he's got it in the house. Oh, he's got it by the guard. Oh, gets it to the 8 foot. Full 12, actually. Kessler's going to have to deal with it now. Or draw in behind. He can play the run back. It's not a ton of space between them. So I guess about 5 feet. After the timeout, Kessler's looking at drawing in behind the red one. If he does that, if he makes it, the deuce is definitely still in play. Oh, he might be light here. Boys are pounding it. Sweepers are pounding it. Oh, he's in the house. As long as it curls far enough. They're trying to cut it, trying to carve it, and it's poking out. You can see the whole stone there. So Limpert's probably going to try to hit and roll under. Drayden is looking to hit. If he can get to the inside of it, he could get it buried under cover.
Limpert is like out there on the scoreboard. If your Limpert is like happens, eh? It started off a little quickly and just keeps going. Taking the shot, keep the spirits up.
Oh, he's a little tight. Go hard. If they hold it, they might be able to hold it by the guard. He's got it. No. And he rubs the back guard. It really looked like he was by. Oh, he was so close. He probably needed to take more ice and and throw a little less weight at that. Okay, Kessler's looking for a draw. He's got backing there. Same thing for the deuce. And boys are sweeping it now. They probably should have jumped it a little earlier, but they should be able to carry it. They gotta get to full 8, or they gotta bite the 8 foot. Oh, they got it. Yeah,
Oh, no.
it's no. Oh,
Yep.
yep. Just. About 2 inches deeper than the red one, it looks like. And so that's a deuce. So now it's 6-2 for Bachek coming home. Limpert has hammer coming home. So Team Bachek will be trying to play it clean, make sure that they can't score 4. Roa has tied it up with Yurko. They're in the 7th end. They're sitting 2. First and second shot, it looks like. Those two teams have played each other many times and always been close.
Well, I thought they had it. The other one just jumped at them.
Kessler has called a draw to the 4 foot, and Max is going to put it right there. Well, back 4, which is okay. Limpert must get their guards. They need their corner guards, because they got to score 4. Got it. Oh, she missed it. Limpert is called for a corner guard, and they're not going to get their corner guard, essentially. The sweepers were sweeping it when it's coming in to the house. It's going to bite, so Kessler's going to hit. So he just needs to hit this one and get it out. If it should happen to jam, and as long as the red one goes away. The blue one doesn't really matter either, as long as the red one goes away. This is looking really good. He's going to hit it for sure. Going to flop to the outside, which is really nice. That's a really good spot. Lots of space between the two stones. Roa scored 1 in the 7th, so now they're up. Or they stole 1, yeah. They're up 5-4. Roa is our sister team. It's Max's sister Andy plays second on that team, so we always follow them. And they've got the one, and they peel it off. So Kessler's probably going to call for a draw. He wants it on the 8th or on the 4-foot. If he can keep them close together, they can shoot at them, whatever. It doesn't really matter because any shot that they get in the house, we're just probably going to take out or try to take out. It's going to be on it here. He's going to bump. That's okay. As long as it doesn't go out. Oh, that's good. That's fine. Little space between them is a good thing. Limpert is going to call for a freeze to it, which I'm not sure that's a good call. There's no real good call for them at all. They need lots of points coming home. They do have the hammer, but freeze is as good as anything, I guess. You can bump it, you can move it. Oh, this is looking really good. Nice shot. Beautiful freeze. Oh, and they glue it on. Beautiful shot. There's about an inch between the two. So Dylan's going to try to peel that off. If he peels it, we lose the blue one, but you got to throw some good weight at it and just hit it on about a quarter of a stone, and the red one will go out. But we lose the blue one, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, he's going to nose it, and that'll jam. Oh, it did squirt out. Yeah, he got it. He had enough. He threw enough weight that it went. I didn't think it would. Over on sheet 4, it's tied between Falkenberg and Clark. Clark has hammer coming home. Extra end on 1 between Sanderman and Cooey. Limpert is trying to freeze again, and they're going to bump it. So now Andrew's just going to hit. Get rid of the blue or the red one. He's got to hit it on the left side. If he peels it, that's fine. Just get rid of it.
Yep. That was exciting.
He's going to definitely hit it here. Yeah. Dylan's holding it. He's going to jams or doubles off the blue one in the back, which is just fine. We don't want anything in the back anyway. So now Limpert calls for a hit. So if this hits and rolls out or it goes through, the game is over. We'll be out of stones. And he flung it out, he flipped it, it's wide and it's going to go through and this game is over. That's a win for Team Bachek. They now move on to the A final. So if they 2 o'clock tomorrow, if they win that game, they are in provincials for U18. So they'll play the winner of Clark and Falkenberg. So now we're going to move our cameras and stuff Let's watch the Clark Falkenberg game and who we play tomorrow. Right now, Clark has one redstone on the 8-foot, biting the 8-foot. Falkenberg just tried to draw in, but came a little light. Clark has hammer coming home here. Oh, we're watching Team Roa here. They've got a nice draw in behind to back of the 4-foot, looks like. Roa is up 1, coming home without hammer. So Yurko's got to take 2. Over on sheet 4. Clark just put one right on the pin under cover. Falkenberg is trying to draw up to it. They can work a little quiet hit. Yurko jammed on the guard. Roa comes a little inside and run and taps the guards. Yurko's trying to draw the button.
Oh, yeah. So there's a couple downloads that you need to do.
Yeah.
One is source record. So it records it and then it's just YouTube it.
Okay.
So it's just a plug-in that you do for like using OBS.
Yeah.
So, and then you just set it up that it just sometimes when I hit a button, it just
Yurko is trying to freeze to the top 4 actually, and they get it right onto the button and they frozen to the bread one. Beautiful shot. Roa's got to follow them in now. She's signaling for a draw to the button.
So we were doing that, and then we actually even wanted to go up to work this or the next weekend. But then we watched them, and I was like, they were doing replays and how I do it. They want our kids to get so I do it.
It's looking pretty good. If they can get it there. It's curling. Andy's trying to knife it to get it to slow down and curl. And they got it. Beautiful shot. Now, they're going to try to follow it in. Yurko is playing a little tippy tap.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah. No, that was very cool.
Over on sheet 1, Falkenberg tried a quiet hit on the red one that was on the button and they missed it. Now, Clark really needs to throw a guard, which they didn't last time. Roa looking to freeze onto her own stone. Either freeze or top 4 would be money. High would be good. Actually, top 12 would be even better.
So I just paid $12 to watch my other kid play hockey, and they don't get High River Flyers, junior D.
Yeah, my buddy coaches the Overtones team.
Oh yeah? With Cobbs or?
Cobb, yeah.
Derek said that you were supposed to.
Oh, yes.
Where's she trying to go?
Well, I think they're coming down the top. I know. So.
It's actually cool because they play in Columbia tomorrow night. So that's, and they only televise these games, like they get them to us. They get televised games on the weekend. So we're lucky to have this one because tomorrow we play at 2 now. So I'll go do that game and then we'll go watch them play.
Ooh,
20 minutes away from the hotel.
that's all right. Right there.
Yeah, after
It's okay. She, Roa was, played a tiny little bump on her own. She's sitting right on top of the pin, almost right on top of the pin. Inch off the pin. There's not much space between those stones.
They're doing real good. Their number one. Sylvan's number 1 in the north.
They're not trained to look up to.
No.
They're like, woo woo. She's like, let's not get too naughty.
So Yurko now is in a pickle. Their best bet might... They have 2 stones left because they have hammer. There's not much. Best bet is probably to... They could try to peel it. They can catch a corner of it, they can peel it. If they throw a heater at it and they can get to nose, they might be able to get it out.
What time do they play tomorrow?
2. You guys do extras?
we're extra now, so.
She was talking about coming around.
They're not sure playing.
They should have been running those guards before. They should have run those guards before. They should have been clean. Your coconut should have been keeping it clean.
Holy shit, that is cool.
Yurko probably should have been running guards. When you have the hammer coming home, when it's tied, you want it wide open because they've got to score 2. They need to score 1 to tie, 2 to win. So if they'd been running guards before, it would be a different end.
Hey, who's doing the score?
Yeah. It's got to run.
Taylor's calling.
They should throw a guard. Blue should throw a guard. They should guard the raise or guard the tap. They don't know how to do two taps, so that's the problem. Or take it out.
Let's see what they come up with, and then.
Actually, the one on this side is easier, I think. Yurko has decided to run the guards, which is what they should have been doing all along, probably, as soon as they could have. But they got into trying to come around.
A guard. Front of the red, obviously the one on. Yeah, but both reds are equally vulnerable.
Make sure it's.
Yurko's come with the heater and can peel one of them off. So everything is still covered. Roa needs to throw a guard. So if Roa wins this, they will be playing in the final for the first spot in provincials. Roa's guard is overcurled a touch. Now this is final stone. For final stone, Yurko has to score 1 to tie. The only thing... They're pretty much hooped. If they hit... If they nose the red one, they can't get to the inside of it because of the guard. But if they can get to nose it, I don't think they can get to nose either. It's buried.
Oh my goodness. So awesome.
Now they're looking at a long run back, which the run back doesn't do them any better anyway. Because the weight that they'd be throwing, it would end up rolling off.
The munchy one. What are you guys talking about?
Lost Coda.
We lost her.
Is it going to go through or is it going to... Oh, wow. On the right side? On the right side?
And Roa wins. Team Roa is in the A final for the women's side, for the girls' side. Over on sheet 4, final stone. Falkenberg is trying to figure out how they can punch one of those two blue ones straight back onto the red one that's on the button. If you hit the red one onto the blue one, onto the two blue ones, what they're missing is that those two blue ones are so close together, they act as one stone. So wherever you hit on the top one, they should, it might go straight back because of the drag effect. So, because those two blue stones are not put together, they're actually one stone. If you hit the top blue stone as if you're going to hit the run back onto the red one, it should go. Because of the drag effect. What's that?
Cooey with their second last one.
Over on sheet 1, we've got Cooey with her last red stone. She's trying to play a tap, corner raise on the one that's on the 12-foot. She's got to get it onto the button, make it count. It's a tie game. It's close. And she missed it. Sanderman wins.
Nope, there's 2 more racks left.
Oh, correction. It's not over yet. Falkenberg didn't do it. It's Clark. Clark wins. So Bachek will be playing Clark tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. in the A final for the first qualifier spot. The way it works is that there's the A qualifier and then the B qualifier and C qualifier. So whoever loses that game tomorrow will drop down to the C qualifier. Or the B, I can't remember which. I'll check. Over on sheet 1, we're going to watch the last couple of stones there.
What happened down here?
Red one. So they're in the A final against Bachek.
Oh, it's over.
Sanderman tries to throw a guard. It's over curled a bit.
Oh no, there's a hole.
But there's a hole now, and Cooey might be able to play the same shot that they played before, but coming from the inside. Ooh, no, it won't go from the inside.
Where's my next 10 punch now?
I need them right now.
I can hook you up.
I know a girl. I got a friend. Is she trying to do that?
Hit it. Right there. It's got to get to the top of the blue one.
What if you hit the guard and your own?
She's got a perfect hole like she did right here.
There's no hole there.
This is not a stone.
I know.
Well, that's not a
There's no
stone.
hole. It doesn't curl in it.
It kind of does over there. They did it twice.
I would try to tap your students.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Do the other two. Throw like hack, tap that one into that one onto the pin.
Yeah, that's there.
I would say that's your easiest shot, in my opinion. I don't know what you have. Like that's
Are you on sheet 2?
We did okay.
Oh, I got her just before she moved. She stood up, she went. Now she's sitting.
Well, they screwed it up because they had Limpert beating us in the draw. They fixed it.
I have 2 sheets to focus on, not 4, so I'm grateful for you. I bonded with the other team.
Cooey with the hammer, final stone.
Cool with the hammer, final stone.
Bunch of run, just a bunch of run.
No.
No, I think she's coming through the port. Yeah. Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's coming right here.
To take her out.
And then back in.
Yeah.
And then off.
No, just gonna
Thank you very much. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah, I'm putting my
Draw through, take that one, and that's I think that's a lot. Because if you hit it too thick, if you miss.
There we go.
And the delivery from Lila Cooey.
It's too late.
And she's on the guard. And this game is over. Sanderman wins. Sanderman wins. Sanderman is off to the A final against Roa. Whoever wins will be the first qualifier. Whoever loses will drop down to the B.